Oh, I think that's me live now. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Hi, Anne, Eva. I think it's Anne, Eva, Tani. Remember, guys, if I can't say names properly, I'm hopeless. So my apologies if I'm saying it wrong. Nancy Negron. Hello, Rosalind Ireland, Linda Wallace. Hello, hello, hello. Lovely to see everybody. Fiona Rawson. Yes, absolutely, Anne. I will come to you first in a second, since you were the first on. And welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Lovely to be here. As I was just saying to Stacey there, it feels like it's been ages, but it's actually only been 3 weeks because I was away the last time. Hi Gail, how are you doing? So basically just introduce myself to people who've not seen me there. Hi Helen. Hi Veronica. People who've not seen me, I am Lorraine Bennett Gray, psychic medium. I throw some tarot cards and I will possibly connect to the spirit world. I will do whatever I am supposed to do today. So, but what I will ask everybody is could you put questions in the comments, because I'm such a great believer that it's just amazing. The tarot is for helping solve people's problems. Okay, you don't have to take it, we've got a free will, but I think it's absolutely amazing. So please put your questions in the comments. Okay, that would be absolutely wonderful. Okay, and what I also say is when I come to people as well, please answer yes, no, I don't know as I'm speaking, please. I just like to make sure that I am on the right track. Okay, so I'm just going to go up and down here just to see who I'm going to come to first, because time's limited. We've got an hour here. I want to try and get through as many as I can. So I'm going to come to Anne, Eva, because I did promise I would come to you first, since you were first on. And lovely to see you as well. God, there's some from Australia. Amazing, amazing. Oh, and Anne, you're from the US. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Just it must be the morning where you are. We take it then. Right, you've asked me for a card, Anne. Please, on the reconnection and communication with my long lost male friend, please. Okay, will you be making a reconnection with her? Right, okay. Let's just see what the cards say for you, Anne. Okay, because I believe that tarot gives you what you need to hear. Okay, it might not be that specific subject, but hopefully it is. Let's just find out what is going on with you, Anne. Okay, and yes, no, I don't know, would just be amazing. Right, I'm just going to get this back to there and back to here. Right, Anne. Okay, I'm just going to start off with some validation cards. Okay, and I do believe, Anne, I know your question was to do with the romance here, but I do believe, you understand, you've either started a new job or you're looking for a new job, but there's something new that's happening or working towards something, but it's brand new, and I believe it's just happened anyway as well. And I also do feel as well as you're really stressed out at the moment and you keep overthinking things. Everything keeps going on in your mind and you can't shut that mind off. Does this make sense to you? And please answer yes, no, I don't know on this, just to make sure as well. Time for you to take action anyway. And you were talking about a reconnection of somebody back, and what I'm actually feeling is you're the one who's going to have to make this this connection first. Okay, I feel you probably have tried to. I might be wrong here, but I feel if you have. But I'm just feeling that I'm being pushed to say you need to make. If you want this to happen, you need to make this connection first. Is all this making sense to you, Anne? If you could let me know, that would be absolutely wonderful. Okay, I also do feel, to me, this job situation is more important than anything at the moment. Is this, or this working towards? Because I also do feel that you're needing some. You need to get some information about what's going on. Okay, does this make sense? Yes, if you could just, I see she's actually saying, could you please respond? I need response here, guys, to make my energy lift here. So could you respond? Is this right with you, Anne? Because I do know, oh, there you go, good, Anne. I will never make the first move. He has to do it. I did my part many times. Well, I think you've just answered your own question there, Anne. Okay, right, let's move on to the work situation. Do you quite understand the work situation? Okay, I do feel that there's something either beginning, started, or you're wanting to start something that's very relevant, and this is what keeps coming out is the work cards. I also do believe you just got the Ten of Cups that came out here, which is the highest of the emotional. Right, if you're not willing to make the first move, and I did say previously, I do feel that you had been, and it looks as if you had, maybe it's up to yourself, you're retired, working towards. I think now, and sometimes it's time to maybe that's sometimes needs to be finalized, okay, if you can understand what I'm trying to say. I don't want to put any thoughts into your mind what it should be, but I believe, especially when it comes to relationships and feeling from the cards, there's not a lot of the cards about your relationship, to be honest with you. I think it's time for you to move on, but I do feel definitely this working. It doesn't have to be paid work, it could be just working towards something, and it's very, very relevant, because I do have here the highest of the emotional cards, which is Ten of Cups. And I also do believe there's something going on with the home life as well. Now, this could be the working towards something, I'm not sure. But I have to say to you, Anne, I really do feel the question was will you be reconnected? I'm being honest with you here, with your response there. I don't see anything in the cards for this at all, okay? But remember, Anne, the overthinking as well. Maybe it's time to put that to rest. And I hope that does make sense to you. See, I was supposed to travel to meet him and got sick, okay, and you're very upset. And things are all meant for a reason. I'm going to leave this with you, okay? I will, just go inside yourself and see what really, really, really you feel should be happening with this. Things should be always. I believe in this life. Things should everything has for a reason, and I feel that you should actually. I think deep down inside, as simple as that. I think deep down inside, what should be done in this for you to move on, okay? Because you do need to move on and stop this overthinking. Now, this working towards something keeps coming back into mind, and I do believe it's really, really important with that, okay? I know you said you're tired, but I believe there's a lot more to this than that, to do with a working environment or something. And I hope that does make sense to you, okay? And I'm going to leave this reading with you, and I hope it does make sense, and I hope you're able to move on from this, okay? So thank you so much for being here. Fiona Rawson, hello, hello, hello. Carla, Lynn Humphreys, good afternoon to you too. And Debbie and Alcia Taylor, Nancy Negron, Teresa Shots. Oh, lots on today, lots on today. Right, this is who I am going to come to next. Hi, Natalie from Ireland as well. Okay, I'm going to come to Teresa Shots actually. Okay, Teresa, I don't know what's going to happen here. You'd love a reading. Let me see what's going to happen with this as well. Okay, so Teresa Shots, let me see what I do have for you. Teresa, again, please everybody answer yes, no, I don't know. Really, really important, Teresa, for this. Okay, I do believe that, Teresa, I just feel the past year to 2 years maximum, life has not been great for you. Okay, it's not been great. But I do feel you've managed to move it forward a wee bit. But I also do feel work environment again. I feel the work and get work cards coming here with you. But I do also believe, Teresa, you're also a very creative person. But I also do feel as well that you maybe do this work. Okay, and does this make sense to you, Teresa? I do feel that maybe you are either learning or you do this work, one or the other as well. I do believe, Teresa, you're also a very, very generous person. Now, could you please make sure that I'm on the right track with you as well? I do believe, let's talk about this work situation with you again. It's not going to be all to do with work this time, to do with work. But I do, yes, that's good, thank you. But I do believe as well, something brand new is just about to start with you as well. If it's not started already, it's just about to start. But I do know, it's time to let that past go, because I do feel it's really been, and I'm hearing the word shocking, so I don't know what it is, but I am here feeling the word shocking. Okay, I do believe again. Let's go back to work again, and I do believe there's a leadership role or a leadership, something to do with leadership with yourself. Is what I'm feeling with yourself, and I do believe this is very, very important. Okay, the leadership. Yeah, very much good, Teresa. That's right. You are trying to let it go. But you know what, Teresa? You need to let it go to move on. You need to. Okay. And I know sometimes it's really hard, but you do need to, because I know it was horrific. I do know that. Okay. But maybe it's the work thing that's going to make you move on. It's going to help you move on. That is really, really important. It's a man who stepped forward for you, Teresa. I do feel this is dad. Okay. Father figure. Dad, and I do know that Dad was one of these gentlemen who loved to work, not work, or maybe did work, wrong word maybe, but he was either loved sports or something, but deliberately the snooker or pool, either loved to play it or something anyway. But he's coming through, and as Dad is really stepping forward for me now, I feel as if I've got to, oh gosh, I feel the love, because he's making me feel the love, but he's also making me feel, I say, I've got your back here, I've got your back here, and I believe a lot of this was to do with him. Does that make sense to you? A lot of it's to do with him. I don't know if it was his passing or something, but this is what he's making me feel. But I do know he's very, very, very much in tune with what you're thinking, so in tune, and he's trying to move you forward. And I also believe, Teresa, he's made you come onto this today, because this is what I'm feeling. Okay, it's making you feel you need to come on and hear this. Just say he's got your back. He has really, really got your back. I do have to mention the white roses has been really specific, to do with a funeral or to do with something, either it's with him or grandma. Grandma, if that does make sense to you. Very, very important is the white roses. Okay, I want to give you I don't know where you're from, Teresa, but I need to give you a bar of Cadbury's milk chocolate. Don't ask me, don't ask me, but this is what's coming to my awareness. Cadbury's milk chocolate, and I know it's not for me, okay? So that is really good. Just to let you know, he's here for you. He's here, okay? And that, to me, is what you really need to hear, okay? He wants to tell you, it's definitely time for you to move forward, but he's also giving you, he says, if you do move forward in this, Teresa, obviously, I can only spend another minute or so on you, which is a shame, because I feel as if Dad's got a lot to say to you. But I do feel as well as he's given me the 9 of Pentacles, which has come out here. Now, 9 is accomplishment, okay, and to do with the material world. And I do feel that you are moving forward, and he's helping you move forward, but he wants you to move forward even more, just by, Teresa, just by trying to let go of this past, okay? And I hope this is all making sense to you, okay? He's bringing in the bunny rabbit, and I still feel this is for you. He's showing me this bunny rabbit, which should also be significant, okay? It is time for you to move forward, Teresa. That is your message from him. He is with you, he's got your back, and he loves you so much, okay? And thank you so much for being here. Fiona Rawson, hello. Lulu Hyde, Rebecca Yates, hello, hello, hello. Let me see, Jolly James, I like that name, Jolly James. Let me just see, what else we've got. Stephen Robert Moore, hello, hello, hello. And let me see, oh, hi Eva, how are you? Okay, right, yeah, responding is really, really important. I need the response, okay? And hi, Darren, hello, hello, hello. Okay, right, okay, I'm going to come now to Rosalind Arnold. Rosalind Arnold, please, okay? Rosalind Arnold. Rosalind Arnold. That's not who I've just been to, is it? No, of course it's not. Carol, hi there. How you doing? Rosalind Arnold. Okay, Rosalind. Again, I need a yes, no, I don't know. I'm going to have to cut the reading short, actually, because there's people here who I know who are really desperate for readings here, and I need the yes, no, I don't know as I'm reading. Okay, right, Rosalind. I don't have a question for you, so I'm just going to give some cards here and see what happens. Okay, I do have the Queen of Cups, I do have the Strength card, and I do have the King of Pentacles out for you. So I do feel as well as, you're a very sensitive person, Rosalind. Hope it makes sense. Major comment. A very, very sensitive person, but you've also had to be really strong, okay? And especially now, you've had to be really, really strong. You've also had to have a lot of courage for what you're doing as well. But I also do feel you're a very generous person. I also do feel you've also had to help others as well. Does that make sense to you, Rosalind? Okay, I need to know. But I also do feel, Rosalind, as well as you're feeling either really lonely, or you just feel like everything's done on your own and you're getting fed up with it. This has to make sense to you. You're just getting really, really fed up with it. It does good. But also the reflection, you need to reflect more on what life is giving you, okay, which is really, really important. You need to move forward. You've got to move. Thank you for commenting like that, Rosa. That's great. That's amazing. You need to take action now. It's time for you to get out there, and it's time for you to move forward, and it's time for you to get on with your life. Forget the deceit that's happened, because I do know there's been deceit that's been happening in your life, and it's time for you to forget that, okay? And it's time, as I say, for you to move forward. You know what? You've got the confidence, even though you don't feel you have, you need the confidence to move forward, and you really, really do need this, okay? I do have a lady here for you, Rosalind, okay? And she's just, because I just said to her, you're a wee bit late here. That's how I communicate with the spirit people, by the way. You're a wee bit late here. But she said I couldn't get a word in edgeways. So this is Grandma, by the way, Rosalind, because I do know it's Grandma. And but this is her attitude. She says, well, if you stop talking, I can get in there. Does that make sense to her personality? Okay, quite a funny lady, actually, really, really funny. So obviously I'm going to give her the time of day. She's going to thank you very much. So I do also know she was a very polite lady. Okay, lovely, lovely lady. Grandma's coming in. Grandma's coming in again just to say how much she's here for you, how much she absolutely loves you, and she wants to give you. And it looks like it looks like to me, I can smell it. It's just like an apple pie type thing. I don't like things like that, but that's what it smells like to me, like with lots of sugar at the top. Very, very important. Okay. Irish, does that mean she's funny? I don't know, but I know she's funny, and that's what she said. Well, let me get a word in edgeways. So that was her. But the apple pie is really, really significant. Okay, and I've got to say 10 little ducks. 10 little ducks. The three little ducks go quack, 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 but she said 10, so I don't know what this is. Okay, but Rosalind, Grandma's here for you, right? She's seen everything, and she's saying, you know what? She's really proud of you, by the way, really proud, because you've got that courage to move forward, right? So this is Grandma, I feel, but is Mum also in spirit? Okay, let me know. But your mum will be here too, by the way, because of course they're going to be here. But I do know it was Grandma that stepped in because I heard the word Grandma. Okay, unless I don't know. I'm saying unless I don't know what I'm saying, but is Mum in spirit as well? Because of course Mum is going to step in, but your Grandma's the one with the attitude. If that makes sense, because she had to step in first. Okay, Rosa, just to let you know, just carry on what you're doing. In fact, just carry on what you do, because life is too short. This is what they're saying. Life is far too short, and it's just time for you just to enjoy your life. Your mum has passed away. Well, she's here as well, because that was the apple pie that was smelling. Okay, very, very significant. Just to let you know, they're both here. They're sending so much love. Okay, and to give you a bunch of daffodils. So I do know the daffodils must be very, very relevant. Okay, and all I can hear is happy birthday. So I do know there's a birthday just coming up just now. Okay, or just been, or just coming up, or just passed. But I could hear his happy birthday and a lot of laughter. There's a lot of laughter in the spirit world for you, Rosalind. So I'll leave all there. Love with you. Sometimes I just like to spend so much more time with certain spirit people, but I just can't, because I want to try to get through as many as I can. Okay. So Rosalind, I hope all that made sense, and thank you so much for being here. December Hill, hello, hello, hello. Carol Cahill, hello. Let me see. You're very welcome, Rosalind. Very, very welcome indeed. Right, okay, I am now coming to, I'm going to come to Lulu Hyde. Lulu Hyde, hello, hello, hello. Happy Saturday to you, Lulu. Happy Saturday. Right, remember, guys, to put questions in the comments, okay? Of what you would like what you like the tarot to tell you. Okay, so people have just come on who have not seen me before. I throw some cards and I connect to the spirit world. Whatever I need to do today for you, I will be doing it. Okay, so if you've got any questions or comments, put them in the comments. Okay, and please answer yes, no, I don't know as I'm reading. Okay, right, Lulu, let me see what I've got for you. Lulu, 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 Lulu. Yeah. Right, Lulu. Oh, Lulu, Lulu, Lulu. Right, okay. I do feel, Lulu, right, okay. I feel that something's happened with your emotional state, okay? But I do feel it's to do with your love life, Lulu. I do feel, what? You've had a lot of changes, a lot of changes in your love life, okay? And I'm not saying changes in partner, but there's a lot of things been going on in your love life. Does this make sense? Which wonder if Spirit has any hints for. Oh, that's amazing. You haven't, you love my life. I hadn't seen that, honestly. This is what's been coming out in before I saw that. So yeah, there's been a lot of changes in the love life, okay? A lot of changes, okay? But you know what? You're going to get put to the test here, and there's still going to be many changes. Okay, I've got 2 5s here, and when I work with numerology, which is not very often, but when I do with the tarot, you have got changes, my girl. You have got big changes going on, okay? But I also do feel as well, let's talk about your work. In fact, let's not talk about your work. I'm here. Let's talk about you. You're going to have to work hard for this relationship to work. That's what I'm hearing, okay? Because I do feel that this is a good one that you've got compared to all the other ones that you've had. This is a good one, okay? But it's up to you to also help with this relationship, if that does make sense, okay? And if you do, I mean, it just blows me away. This one I want to get. I mean, look at this. I'll just have to show you this. Like 3 work cards to me, and you've got the 5, the 4, and the ace. So yeah, it's going to be brand new this to you, and it's going to feel fantastic for you, but you need to put the work in. Excuse me. You do need to put the work in, okay? But I do feel you've got them already. I might be wrong about that, Lulu, but I do feel yes, and you will have the right partner. But remember, you do have to put this work in for that anyway, okay? And I hope that does make sense to you, Lulu. But I also do feel as well as sometimes you have to start like overthinking, and sometimes you've got to get some of these ideas that you've got in your head. Sometimes you've just got to calm it a little bit. Sometimes it's just over. Say you're overthinking. It's just you've got so much going on. Does that make sense to you, Lulu? Okay. If that does make sense to you, I think you need to calm it just that little bit, okay? And stop restricting yourself. This is what I'm feeling as well. You need to stop restricting yourself, okay? I believe this man's already in your life, and I also do believe that you need to put a lot more work into this as well, okay? You can't always leave it up to your partner, if that does make sense. Okay, Lulu, I hope that all makes sense to you, and I will leave that reading with you. Thank you so much for being here. Shall I? What's this? Oh, yeah, I've had enough going on for 10 people. I know you have. So, calm it. Okay, that's it, Lola. Calm it. And it's going to be absolutely wonderful. It really is going to be wonderful because I could really feel it. And Mystic Rod, hello. Hello, Shalane. Hello, Rosie. Hello to you too. Let me see. I don't know how to pronounce that. Is that Kina? Leslie Campbell. Hello, hello. Lynn Humphreys, hi to you too. Mystic Road. Okay. Right, I'm going to come to Fiona Rawson, please. Fiona Rawson, or something like that. Fiona Rawson. Now remember, guys, keep saying yes, no, I don't know. Fiona Rawson. Are you there, Fiona? Fiona Rawson? Fiona Rawson? You're not there? No? Okay, I'm going to come to Fiona, I'm sure you're here. Fiona, yes, you are. That's great. It's just that you're coming up on the screen. Right, there you are. You're there now. Thanks. That's Fiona. Right, Fiona, I don't think you've actually given me a question. Remember, guys, put questions in. Yes, I see you, Fiona. That's great. But I do want you to keep answering yes, no, or no. Okay, just to make sure I'm on the right track. Okay. I do. You know, Fiona, I do feel as well as you're overcoming. You're overcoming. Again, it's just a work day today. It's a work day today. I do believe you're needing some recognition, or you've had some recognition or something like that to do with your work. And I do believe you're actually getting over something as well. Something's been happening, but you're finally moving on. It has given you more stability. There's too much drama going on in your life, Fiona. Does that make sense to you? Too much drama. Because I do feel also you need to take some more action to meet with action in your life. And you also need to take more action to do with your emotional life to give you more stability. I hope this does make sense. Does this make sense to you, Fiona? Okay, I do have a gentleman who's actually stepped forward. Time to speak forward for you, Fiona. And I do feel this is a father figure. Okay, I do also have the name, and I don't normally do names, but I do have to give you the name of Rob or Robert. Does this make sense to you, Fiona? Because I'm hearing that it's true about the drama. Just the Rob or Robert. Really, really significant. Okay, and I do feel this is definitely connected to dad. Might not be his name, but I do know it's connected to that, or it sounds like that. Okay, and I also do feel that as this man a step forward, I do know he's pruning his garden. So I do know he loved his garden. It's just as, oh my goodness, Robert is your dad in spirit. Yay! Well done. Thank you so much for that, Robert. Okay, well, it is him that's here. Okay, and he's pruning his garden. And he's also, he's telling me, I feel that he was a really lovely dad, but he could have given you a little bit more attention. Does that make sense to you? I'm actually saying to you here, Fiona, that I'm actually being a bit economical with the truth here, because this is what he's making me feel. And and he's saying there's a lot of apologies going around with you. I do believe he was a good dad, but just the attention you weren't getting. He's telling me just now it was work with dad. Does that make sense? Okay. And I also do feel right. Also, sorry, I have to say this when I also do have a Sheila who's also stepping forward, or something to do with a Sheila connected again to dad. Okay, because he's deliberately bringing this in, and with this apology. So does this all make sense to you, Fiona? If you could just actually let me know. I do know deliberately he's pushing my glasses up, so I do know. But you never met him, right? That's such a but know a lot about him. He worked and was a band. Right, well, there you go. He was a band as a baby. Because I know he's a lovely guy, but I don't feel he was like, okay, that does make sense, because that's what was making me feel wasn't the best dad in the world. Okay. But he's with you now. I have to tell you that he is with you now. And he's also making up for all what he couldn't be there with you in life. Okay. There's always reason for everything, but we're certainly not going to talk about it on this anyway. Do you understand the Sheila, Fiona? Sheila. But Robert is dad. He's saying that he's really, really proud of what you have become. Okay, so I hope that makes you feel better, because he sees you. Okay, he sees you. Now, for some reason, he's given me a plate of macaroni and cheese. Now, that either means two things symbolically: either you love Italian food, or you've just had macaroni and cheese, or you've just had Italian food. Just say, give me something that you've done recently. Okay, but he also wants me to wipe away the tears. So I do know, yes, he certainly is here, but I do know you've been crying, Fiona. So I do know, because he wants me to wipe away the tears. Okay, that is so, so important. Okay, and he's also saying to you, never, ever, ever let go of you being such a beautiful person. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know how it came out there. You are such a beautiful person. He sees it. Remember, I don't know you, but he's saying, so proud, never let go of being that beautiful person. Okay, I have to say that, and he's really giving me the massive goosebumps here. Okay, he's rubbing my back just now, so I do know, I don't know if you feel something on your back at the moment, but this is what he's actually doing. He was determined to come through to you today. Determined. Okay, do you understand the Sheila? I've got to keep saying this because I keep hearing Sheila. Let me know. And I do know Sheila is connected to you, and it must be connected to you, probably, like, but Dad is talking about Sheila. Okay, so let me know. Okay, and I'm going to leave Dad's love with you. Again, I'd love to spend more time with you, Fiona, but he's so, so proud. Okay, and I'll leave his love with you. Oh, you know the Sheila. Perfect. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, right. Okay, let me see who I'm going to come to next. I hope this helps people, by the way, because I believe this is what this is all about. Is just helping. Rosie Panic Zoo. I don't know. Rosie. Hey, right, okay. Any messages from Spirit on my current situation with moving at home? Right, okay. Let's see what the tarot has to say for that first, Rosie, okay? And let me see, let me have a look and see, Rosie, what this, what flew out, okay. Oh, yes, you definitely have. You've got my spirit card that's just flown out there, and it means that somebody's watching you and somebody wants to talk to you, and the situation of the current situation of moving house. It's going to be, by the way, it's going to be moving forward. It's going to be moving forward very fast, because the Chariot's just come out. But I do know there's going to be a lot of paperwork that needs to be done. Pretty obvious, I know you are moving house, but I do know it's significant paperwork. Okay, you should stop overthinking it. You're going to make progress on this, no problem at all. You're going to definitely get to moving house, but I'm here in the month of August, so I do know something's going to be specifically happening in August, and I do know it's a new journey and a new beginning. Now, that's me actually done the tarot for you, okay? But I do have a lady who stepped forward here, and I do feel this is an older lady, but specifically when she showed me herself, she wants to show me herself. See, I was scratching my head. My head wasn't itchy, by the way, something wrong with the head. And I also do feel as well that this lady comes through, and all I see is her lips. I see her face, but she wants, her lips were very, very prominent. Now, remember, guys, I need comments. Yes, no, I don't know, to make sure I am on the right track, okay? This lady is showing me it's like red lipstick or something very, very significant to do with the lipstick, okay? But I also feel as well as this lady is really stepping forward to here, I do feel, Rosie, this is like a mother, grandmother. I know it sounds a bit strange, but this is what she's actually making me feel. And I do know this lady was very prim and proper, and I do know that this lady, you could not mess with her. You just could not mess with her. But she's got a lot of admiration for you, and that's the actual word, admiration. Strange one, okay? So does this all make sense to you, Rosie? Okay, and as she's actually stepped forward, she's making me hear, I never promised you a rose garden, which means I do know she either loved a garden, or that song is your grandma, or that song is very important, okay? But now she's actually bringing in the pale pink roses. But do you understand, Rosie, the lipstick, why she would have to show me the lipstick, the bright red lipstick? Very, very significant though for her to actually show me this. Okay, but I do feel, yes, I do feel you definitely you're home by August. There's something going to be major happening by August, is what she wants to tell me. Okay, but she's actually telling me there's a lot more going on in your life than actually to do with your home. Okay, there's a lot of emotional sides that you need to sort out as well. Very, very important, and I hope that does make sense to you, Rosie. And she's saying it's time for you to move forward, because you've had so many, again, changes and challenges going on with your emotional life, says Grandma. Okay, very, very significant. Okay, she's deliberately giving me Easter time, the Easter. It looks like a goose or something. I'm not very good with that, but please keep commenting, Rosie. Let me know I'm on the right track here. I know it's Grandma, but do let me know you're on the right track here. Because the Easter goose, because she's showing me a goose with an Easter bonnet on it, so I do know that Easter was really, really significant with her. Okay, I'm going to have to finish this reading now, Rosie, because you're not commenting. Okay, I hope everything is okay with you. Grandma's here, and again, she has got your back. Okay, and I'll leave her love with you. Thank you for being here. Right, okay, let's have a look. Hello, Virginia Dawn. Hello, Rebecca Yates. Hello, Shell Ann. Melissa. Hello, Tamer. Can Polat. Okay, and Melody Hart. Melody Hart, coming to you. Melody Hart. Hello there. I've just done a few wee shuffles where I want to talk to Melody Hart. Right, I don't think you gave me a question. Right, member? Yes, no, I don't know. Please, Melody? Great, you're here. And as I say, I need these quite instantly, please, because I need to know that I'm on the right track. This is so important to me, Melody. Okay, let me see what I've got. You'd love some guidance, please, and thank you. Right, okay, let me see what I've got for you, Melody. Okay, I do need you. I do know. Can't speak. I do know that you need to trust more. Does that make sense to you? I do feel you're lacking trust, okay? And I do believe it's time for you again to take action. But I believe you are taking action on something as well, because I do believe either you're a healer or you need healing. Does that make sense to you? Okay. And I do know you do need more stability in your life, Melody, and I hope that does make sense to you. I believe you're a very sensitive person too. And I also do feel as well, patience is a virtue. Okay. Does this all make sense to you? Right. If you could just comment and just make sure this does make sense. Okay. Just to make sure. Okay. I also do feel as well, it's just time to let the past go with you as well. And I do also feel as well, it's time for you to move over so you can get what you want in your emotional side. Okay. Does this all make sense to you, Melody? Does it make sense? I do know there's been so much deceit that's been going on in your life, and I do know there's been quite a lot of heartache as well. Okay. But I also do feel as if, Melody, if you had, I know you say yes, but do you have, did somebody steal something from you? Has there been some theft or something? Someone taking your idea or something? This is what I'm feeling from this. So let me know if that is correct. Okay. But I do know you need to be strong, but I do feel you also are going to be an awful lot stronger as well. I do feel you do feel somebody around you, and I feel it's dad. Does this make sense to you, Melody? I do feel dad is around you, or a father figure. Okay, it really important, because I feel that he's trying to push you. This gentleman's trying to push you forward, but he's saying 3 steps forward and 2 steps back. Does that make sense? Don't know. But anyway, that's what I'm feeling anyway. Okay. Right. Okay. Yes. But what I do actually feel that with you is, and as dad is really, as he's coming step forward, he's making me feel really hot. And I do feel that this gentleman here, thanks, I do feel that oh, no, so my right hand side of my face has gone really strange there. So I do feel there's something going on with the right hand side of his face. And I also do feel my breathing is laboring. So I do feel that this is a condition that which dad had. Okay. Dad is stepping forward for you. Again, I see a lot of tears with yourself, Melody. And I do feel it's time to dry them. He's saying he's waving a handkerchief to me. So I do feel, Melody, that he's actually showing me a handkerchief. It's like a real handkerchief that he used to have. Okay, none of the paper tissues for dad, but he's waving this, and unless this is symbolic, it's a strange one. All I see is him waving it. Very handsome chap, by the way, dad was very handsome, and he's saying not was, still is. And as he's really stepped forward here, he's really given me the love here. So I do feel that he was in your life, and I do feel that he was nurturing. He's supposed to give me the word nurturing. Okay, and I need to give you the word Tom or Thomas connected to dad. It might not be his name, but Tom or Thomas, okay? Very, very significant. Does this make sense with the name? Okay. He also wants to give the number 41, so I'm not sure if you passed at 41, but 41 is also very, very significant, okay? He wants to help you with this, okay? He wants you to be a strong person. He wants you to be stronger, and he's giving you as your intuition, okay, Melody? Thanks for keep commenting. That's great. He wants to keep you this, and it's up to you. He's also telling me there's been some sort of like a lawyer's thing or some sort. You need justice, or if it's not that, you need justice for something. He's making this happen, but you need to ask him for his help. Okay, you need to ask him. Very, very significant. Okay. Do you understand the name Tom or Thomas? Does that make sense? You can just tell me who that is, please. I'm working on names at the moment, actually, and so far we'll see. Anyway, but this is it. But I do feel you need to get this. You really do need to get this sorted, Melody. Okay, but he's helping you. Ask him, and he is going to help you. Okay, very, very important. Now, for everybody who's listening here, Spirit World are not allowed to actually interfere unless you ask them. Okay, so anybody who's got problems or anything at all, please ask them. Ask your team, ask your loved ones and spirits, because they are really, really going to help you, especially with you, Melody. And I hope that all makes sense. Okay, so Melody, I'm going to leave Dad's love with you. He's a lovely, lovely guy, and it does everything makes sense to you. That's all I need to. Oh, your ex was called Tom or Thomas. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, well, this is probably, with Dad is doing the talk, he's talking about it's time for you to move forward. Ask him for his help, okay, but very, very significant. I only get names if it's very significant, okay? And thank you so much for being here. Hello, Virginia Dawn. Hello, Katie Newkirk. Tracy Hard. Hi, Tracy. How you doing? Caroline Thomas. If I repeat your name, listen, so many people on here. I'm sorry. My apologies. Let me see who I am going to come to. Katie Newkirk, please. Can I come to you? Katie Newkirk. Now, I want everybody to take a leaf after my last connection, because it was all keep commenting like she did. She was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So keep commenting, Katie, to make sure I'm on the right track. Yes, no, I don't know. Okay, absolutely. But you need some guidance, Katie. So let's start off with the tarot card. Okay, Katie, I do have Mum here, or a Mum spirit. I can't do the tarot because she's literally come flying in here, and I do have to speak first. Okay, and I do feel that this lady here, Katie, if it is Mum, let me know if it's Mum, please. I do feel that there's something going on in my stomach area, so I do believe that she had a condition to do with her stomach. Okay, and I do feel very nurtured. I do feel very nurturing, and I've got a big apologies because I went so quickly. Does this make sense to you, Katie? Okay, it's just Mum. I went too quickly. She say I went too quick. It wasn't my time. It wasn't my time. But that's what you guys thought, but it actually was her time. But this is what it's your nana. But would you like a mum to you, Katie? Because I feel so, I need to nurture you. I really, really need to, I feel so nurtured. But she said, I just went, and I do believe, as I say, it was the stomach area that was there. She says, I hid it. I hid it from most of you. What was wrong with me? I didn't like to tell people. I wasn't that type of person. Does this make sense to you, Katie? But she's come through for you deliberately because she just wants to say that I'm here for you. I'm here for you. But I do also feel as well, my face is going, it's quite strange feeling in my face. So I do feel there's actually something that went on with her face. Does that make sense to you, Katie? Could you please comment and let me know I'm on the right track? Yeah, it makes sense. That's fine, as long as it makes sense to you. Okay. I need to get another Sheila here again. I think I had Sheila before. I do have the name Sheila, or like that, Sheila. Does that make sense to you, Katie? Connected to her, and I do have a Margaret here. I know it's a genetic name, but I do have Margie, or something. Does that make sense, Katie, for you? Okay. And I do believe this was either her name or somebody really. Oh, Sheila's your mum. Okay. Right, so that's really interesting today. So Helen, I hope you're watching this, by the way. Sheila's your mum. Okay, but also Margaret and Margie is also, this is what I'm hearing. Okay, so Sheila is your mum here. Does that make sense? That's your mum here. Let me know what that makes sense, because this Nana is talking about obviously your mum. Okay. Let me know if it is, if she is here, because I do feel there's also a condition with my face. Does that make sense with your mum then? The condition with the face, okay? And I also do feel there's a Pete or a Peter also wanted to step in to say hello to you as well. And I do know this man is either right. Can you understand the condition with your face with your mum then? Okay? Right, because this is as soon as I came up with the name, this is what happened, okay? But also the Pete and the Peter as well, because they're nudging you forward, Katie. They really are nudging you forward. Again, there's things that's going on. Are you moving house or something to do with your house or problems with a house? And I do also, it's a problems with somebody, like a partner or somebody. Could you let me know if that doesn't make sense? Because they're actually saying I'm sending healing. The face doesn't resonate. That's okay. Does this something to do with yourself then? Because it's gone. I don't know what it is. There's something going on with the face. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Just hold it anyway, okay? But what I do feel is something going on either with the house or there's something going on with a person. There's changes. I'm not even doing the tarot here because I don't need to do the tarot because they're actually just giving me this information because they're trying to push you forward. They're trying to get right. You just broke up your boyfriend. That doesn't make sense. They're pushing you forward here, okay? Wasn't for you, just wasn't for you, okay? Plenty more fish in the sea, no, it doesn't feel like that just now, okay? And your mum and your mum and your nana, they're both your ticket is your mum's mum then, they both have stepped in. They're both saying, tell me who's Pete or Peter? Does that make sense? You Pete, Peter, or it sounds like that anyway, because it's what I'm hearing. And I also do feel that it was supposed to happen, okay? I know that doesn't sound easy, but it was supposed to happen, okay? And there is plenty more fish in the sea, okay? And I also do. Yes, it is. What is it? What is it? You said yes, it is. So the Peter, give me. You don't know a Peter, right? I want you to hold that, okay? Because I do feel that this is very Pete. It's more Pete than Peter, and I do feel this is going to be very, very significant, okay, for you. But what I need to do is I need to tell you is you've got to move forward in this, okay? Again, you were supposed to be on here to say it, okay? It's to dry up the tears because you know what? I feel, but actually, I feel you had more to do with this than him. But obviously, it's still affecting you big time on it, okay? Yes, it was a lesson, perfect, okay? And I'm glad you said that because mum and nana think exactly the same for you. Okay, they've always got your back, by the way, always got your back. And also, as I'm asking them today, there's somebody in your life who acts like a big kid, and it's about time they grew up. I don't know if it was this guy or not. Who it was, but I do feel, and I don't know if it's Pete or Peter because that name keeps coming back in again, so it's very, very significant. But I do feel it's just time for you to move on, okay? And it's really, really significant that, just again, ask for their help, ask for their help. There's definitely somebody new on the horizon anyway. Not right this minute, but there's somebody new on the horizon, okay? And I hope that does make sense. They're very strong, by the way, with you. So, and I do believe you do this work as well, or you do know you have to do this work. What's this? I finally made the right decision. Yes, your boyfriend was immature. Perfect. Well, they just tell me all this anyway. And so I felt it was you that had more to do with it. Still not easy, but time for you to move onwards and upwards. And do you know what? They're actually congratulating you. So it must have been meant to be. So I'll leave Mum and Nana's love with you. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. Okay. But remember the Peter. Right. Okay. Let me see who I'm going to come to now. Right. I'm liking it actually how everybody is now responding so much better. It makes so honestly, truly, so much difference. Okay. Right, I'm going to come to. Let me have a look here. Hold on, let me have a look. So, okay, right. I'm going to come to my namesake, Lorraine Ahmed. Lorraine Ahmed. Okay. I don't have a question from you. Yes, you will remember Peter because I'm sure you will. Let me know one day anyway if you're on this again. Lorraine Ahmed. Hello, hello, hello. Now, Lorraine, I don't know if you're just on this or not, but you please keep commenting. Yes, no, I don't know on the chat, please, just so I know that I'm on the right track. Okay. So, yes, no, I don't move to Lorraine. Right, let me see what I've got for you, Lorraine. Lorraine is Spain, falls mainly on the plane. Okay, let's go. Let me go for you. Oh, Lorraine, Temperance, the Star, and the Seven of Cups. So I do know you do this work. Okay, I do know that you're of course, a spiritual being. We're all spiritual beings, but I do know that you either work with spirit, you work with tarot, or something like that. I do believe that. I do believe it's more mediumship that you do. Does that make sense? And I also do believe you maybe do astrology or something with the stars or something. Does that make sense? Yeah, let me know if that does make sense to you, Lorraine. Okay, you could work with the stars, or you're grateful to the stars, or something to do with the stars anyway. And I do feel actually, you've had a lot of choices emotionally. I do feel, you're pretty confident that you're doing a good job. Does that make sense to you? Okay, but I also do feel you've been quite isolated as well, and I do believe as well you've had some changes and challenges to do with your financial situation. I'm hearing financial situation. Does this all make sense to you, Lorraine? Could you please let me know? Okay. I also do feel you've also to do with either your working environment or this work or some sort of work. You love the stars, okay? Some sort of work. I do feel as well as you get tested at the moment as well. Something says to you, don't know where that came from, but you get tested at the moment, and I do feel there's changes in your working environment as well. It could be this work, it could be your actual work. I don't know if you do this as work. Anyway, but I do know that there's bits and pieces, and I do feel you want to start a new journey as well. So I don't know if it's starting something new or it's starting something new in the spiritual side or what, but it's something. Anyway, I've seen a pack of tarot cards anyway, so I feel that maybe you want to either want to start it or you want to improve in it somehow. Anyway, I also do believe there's a celebration coming up, Lorraine. Does it make sense to you? Is there a baby being born or just been born? Okay. I do have a lady who's just come in who's knitting white, and that's just symbolic for me to say that there is a baby either just been or on the horizon. So does that make sense to you? This baby, okay? And I don't predict, by the way, so you should know all about it. Okay, and I do feel that this lady who's sitting here, and it's like it's quite funny. She's quite funny, lady, because she's going. Uh, I don't know how you say it. One plain, one pearl, one plain. It's spiritual work. One plain, one pearl. So I do know this lady used to knit, but I've never really had that before. One plain, one pearl, one plain, one pearl. It's repeating itself. So I do believe actually that does make sense. Do you understand the baby that you know of? Okay. Do you understand also the name Joseph or Joe or Joseph, which is coming on? You don't know about the baby, right? I don't predict. I really don't. But there's definitely something to do with the baby because when I see a lady knitting white, it means there is. So it might not be the family. It could either be a friend or something. But please keep it anyway. Okay, well, maybe it's a prediction, but I don't normally predict on this anyway. But I do know it should be happening because I do feel this. Do you know a Joe or a Joseph, Lorraine? Okay, but I do feel you do need to move on with your spiritual work. You need to carry on and do what you're doing. This is what I'm hearing. Do what you're doing because you're doing a great job. Don't know what that means, but this is what I'm hearing. Okay, from the lady who's doing the knitting. Okay, one plain, one pearl, one plain. So I do know this is very, very. You do know about Joseph. Perfect. Okay. But I do know Joseph's got to be significant in your life. It's not going to be a neighbour's neighbour. It's got to be really, really significant. Okay. But I also do. Okay, right. This is interesting because the last lady I got the Peter for, but I'm getting Peter again for you. But I get Peter and Paul, Peter and Paul. So I don't know what that is. Who's your ex-father-in-law? Yeah, but it's got to be significant. Okay. Yeah, it's got to be significant. Okay. Why this lady is bringing in this maybe it's his mum. I don't know. It's his mum, but you understand something to do with the knitting with her. If that makes sense to you, the knitting with her, then it all makes sense to me. Okay, it's got to be really, really important with that. All right, I do know. Just carry on with what you're doing. He's in spirit, so he's coming through. Wow. Okay, because sometimes I don't know what's happening until especially I work this quickly. So he's wanted to come in and say hello to you, Lorraine, but he's also coming in. Now I'm feeling it. He's also now coming in to say he's sorry. So I don't know if he did something to you or something. I don't know. But I don't know. But he's coming in with an apology for you anyway. And you have a Peter in spirit and your twin brother. I think that was the Peter from the last message, to be honest with you, because it kept coming back in again. We think, is it the mind? Is it the mind? But I knew it wasn't the mind. So I think that was the last reading. I got the Peter, she can resonate it, and it kept coming in. So he was trying to get in here. Okay. So you have a Peter spirit and your twin. brother Peter. Okay, so that's why it's so relevant. Okay, all you need to do is tell me the play and the peril, which is really, really significant as well with this lady, to do with the baby. Okay, to do with the baby, which is really significant. But anyway, listen, you carry on what you're doing, Lorraine. Doing a great job. This is what I'm feeling. But they are pushing you forward again. They want to just push you forward and just to say, look, just carry on what you're doing. Okay, because you're helping people, and that's all they care about. Peter, my nephew, and my twin brother Paul is on the earth plane. Oh wow! Because I heard Peter and Paul. Peter and Paul. Right, okay. It's just validation. Perfect. And it's got to be people that we know. Very relevant. Okay. So thank you so much, Lorraine. It's just validation, just to say move forward. You're doing a brilliant job and keep it up. Okay, and thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. Right, okay. Jody, hello, hello, hello. Let me see who I'm going to come. Seven Jane. That's not your name. Seven Jane, is it Jane Seven? I don't know. Let's have a wee look and see. Seven Jane, I'm coming to you. Seven Jane. Okay, Seven Jane. Now remember, Seven Jane, we'll see what there is for you, but you need to keep answering yes, no, I don't know. Okay, very important. You must give me either a validation one way or the other. Yes, no, I don't know. So far, everybody's doing a great job now. Okay, let's have a look. Right, Seven Jane. Let's go. Oh, lovely. Oh, I'm saying lovely cards. Okay, right, okay. I do feel, I don't know what your name is. I'm just going to call you Jane. I'm not going to call you Seven. Well, maybe I will call you Seven. Could be better, shouldn't I? 777. Okay. You're very welcome, Lorraine. You're very, very welcome. So I do know there's something that's going on in your life that is really not very good at the moment. Okay, and I'm being economical with the truth here. I do know it's either an addiction or something like that, or it's some a restriction. Sorry, more a restriction than an addiction. And I do feel it's very prominent in your life at the moment. Okay, and I do feel it's really clouding all your judgments. Does this make sense to you? Okay, does it make sense to you? Do feel there's some sort of right seven, perfect seven. I also do believe that there is. I don't know. There's something about either a religious side or somebody wants to talk about religion or restrict or something like that. Not a cult or something. Just does it make sense to you, Seven? I'm really not quite sure what's going on here, but I do feel I'm feeling uneasy with the situation. Okay, and I do feel as well as there's a commitment issue as well, Seven, and I do believe it's all to do with this partner or somebody in your life that's not great. Okay, I just also feel as well there's a lot of yes, this makes sense. There's a lot of challenges going on as well. Okay, a lot of, and I know you're trying to work through it, but it's not great, and I know you're really stressed out. You're really, really stressed out. Right. With all that said, let's see how you're going to improve that. Okay, because all that was very negative, negative, negative. Okay, I do have a lady who stepped forward who's got the most beautiful, beautiful blue eyes. And I do know that this lady, I don't know if you're a mother-in-law actually, it could be a mother-in-law, but I do know this lady was the most gentle, beautiful soul you're ever going to meet. Okay, and she is stepping forward for you. It's about the lady with the blue eyes. And is it mother-in-law? Let me know. Or someone like that. I do know she had arthritis in her hands, which is specifically showing me. And I do know she is just trying to tell you it's time for you to move away. Okay, and I don't know what she means by that. I don't know if she means physically move away or just move away from the situation. Okay, because again, she's really pushing me forward here with this. Okay, and I also do believe this lady who is showing herself. Does the name Kit or is it Mary? Mary mean anything to you? Okay. Does it Mary or Kit mean anything to you? It's an old friend. Right. I knew it was a mother. That's strange. You know who she is? Is it was a mum to you? Right. Okay. So this lady, beautiful, beautiful soul. She's showing me her hands. And I'm getting the name Kit or and Mary. So I don't know if it's a nickname or something. But does that make sense to you? Okay. Just trying to get you away from this situation. All right. You need to ask her for your help. You feel as if you're stagnated. You feel as if you cannot move forward. Same thing. And wants to help you. She just wants to help you. But the only way she can help you is if you ask. Okay. She's putting ideas into your head, and you're just shooing it away. I need to hand you a red rose. Okay. Oh wow, your old name was Catherine. Right, that's amazing. Right, okay. So she wants to give you this red rose. So this red rose is really, really significant to do with her. Okay. Yeah, definitely to do with her. Okay. I'm also seeing a rose getting thrown on, like, either on a burial site or someone's funeral, but the rose is getting thrown onto in a good thing, in a good way. Does that make sense to you with this rose? Okay, because it is really, really significant. She wants to give you this. Okay. She also is. I can hear the happy birthday sign coming in, and I do know. I don't know if you've got a brother. I don't know if his birthday is just coming up, but there's a male birthday is just coming up or just been, because she deliberately is singing happy birthday, and I know it's a male, it's not you. Okay. Oh, she had a rose garden. I know. Can you understand the rose getting thrown? That's really significant. Okay. Very, very significant. I also, she just told me just now, just ask for her help. When you go to bed at night, okay, when you go to bed at night, take a couple of deep breaths, okay, and just ask for her to come forward and just ask her for your help. And I'll tell you right now, she will help you in every way she can for your highest good, Seven. Okay. It's really, really important this, because she really wants me to tell you this. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful lady. Beautiful, beautiful soul. Okay. I need to give you rhubarb crumble. Don't ask me where that comes from, but rhubarb crumble she's given me. So either she used to make it or something significant with rhubarb crumble. Okay, and I can smell it, and she's handing it to me. So that should also be really significant. Okay, it's just final validation from her. Just ask her. As simple as that. Just ask her before you go to sleep at night. She always kisses your forehead. I need to tell you that she kisses your forehead, and I feel as well. You're always going to feel this sort of light touch or something on your forehead. Okay, and I hope all that makes sense to you. Okay, Seven. So I'm going to leave her love with you. Okay, and listen to what she's trying to tell you, because it's really, really important. Okay, and thank you so much for being here, Seven. And everybody, well, that's me. My gosh, that was the quickest. I'm not sure whether I remember, but she loved to bake. That could be it. That's all it could be. It's just, but I do know it's a steaming rhubarb crumble as far as she's. So I don't know what it is. But anyway, just listen, just talk to her. That'd be wonderful. So thank you, everybody who's been here again today. Thoroughly enjoyed doing these. Absolutely, absolutely love it. And I just hope everybody managed to get something from it, even if I didn't give you a specific message. I hope you all managed to realize that, you know what, it's real. The spirit world is real, okay? And they're walking right by our sides all the time. Okay, whenever we need them, they are there. Okay, so never ever doubt it. So again, thank you everybody for being here. And I know there's somebody else on in another hour or so. I'm not quite sure who it is. If you want to tell me who it is so I can advertise it. Maybe just going on to, so you're very welcome, Seven. Absolutely very, very welcome. I'm not sure who's on next, but anyway, thank you everybody, and I'll be on again in a couple of weeks. Okay, so thanks again. Bye 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 bye.